Education is another staple in our society. In a collaborative effort between the Office of the Prime Minister, Grand Bahama, and the Ministry of Education, along with the Ministry of Disaster Preparedness, Management, and Reconstruction, the annual program awarded contracts to local contractors for repairs to 15 schools on Grand Bahama. The government allocated approximately $4.5 million for this project. Continue to watch as we highlight the largest expended amount for school renovations on Grand Bahama at one time.
New Campbell Primary School was one of the worst hit schools on Grand Bahama. There was 6 to 8 feet of water in some of the classrooms and the office area. Due to the devastation and destruction, quite a bit of work had to be done at New Campbell Primary School. A lot of debris and refuse had to be taken away from the school. The building had to be gutted, doors had to be taken down, cabinets and other furniture had to be thrown away due to the damage from the storm. I must commend the contractors who would have been assigned to do the work here at New Campbell Primary School. They've done a wonderful job. Our teachers are happy to be in the new environments because after Dorian, we must commend them for working in some less than ideal conditions. There was quite an extensive repairs done to the school, including electrical area. Fans had to be replaced, lights had to be replaced. The entire school really had to be upgraded.
Well, I was contracted here at Walter Parker to paint the school. A number of initiatives on the inside, putting in a new guttering in the assembly area. We built some rolling cabinets that you can store the books. They got bookshelves. One of the problems that they were experiencing was the termites would have you eating into the stationary ones. So now we've built some really nice ones with Formica. They can roll to wherever you want it to go. We engaged at least 21 individuals to assist, and there were people coming to us all of the time looking for work. So we did what we could to help as many people as we could. When I understood what their goal or objective was, I took it upon myself to make certain that in the course of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, some of the problems that I experienced every year would not reoccur. And what I mean by that is that we didn't just go the cheap way. Okay, I saw that the government, for example, in the bathrooms, we didn't go with the plywood and the Formica. We got hard plastic that is so durable and can last 15 years. So, and to look back later and understand that this is not just for the government, but it's a legacy of my love, appreciation, and respect for my country. And the young people are coming up that if they're in a more comfortable environment, they will be more focused on the things that they need to do to get a good education. And I feel as though the government really went out of their way. I don't think they've ever had anything done like this before at the scope of work that was done here.
Well, we were contracted to actually metalize the entire complex, the school complex itself, not the works complex, just the school complex itself, in terms of putting down some insulation boards, making sure the metal is over the entire structure, including the flat areas that they've been having problems with for a long time. So that's somewhat of what we've been contracted to do. Well, what metal ensures you is of a sturdier roof during high wind storms, cyclones. Unlike the asphalt shingles that deteriorate over time, what the government decided to do with this is they not only decided to put metal on the building, they decided to go with a 1-inch ISO board, which is an insulation factor. So it actually saves the government money on electricity in terms of the AC units, as well as they didn't just go with the metal. They actually chose aluminum, which is a non-rust, non-corrosive material. So what the government decided to do was actually install a higher quality roof covering that's going to endure for a whole lot of time. And I think what the government has done was drawn from the resources that are local. And what they have encouraged us to do is to hire as many people as you possibly can. And that's encouraging, because what you're able to do, you're able to get a lot of young guys who probably weren't doing anything and able to actually bring them in, not only give them work, but actually teach them a trade. So I'm very proud to be a part of it. I applaud the government for what they've done.
We were contracted here at Hugh Campbell Primary School to restore the roof. The roof had been badly damaged by the Hurricane Dorian, so all of the shingles were damaged and the roof was covered with tarp. My job was to remove all of the existing asphalt shingles from the roof, repair any damage or rotten plywood that might have existed, apply peel and stick membrane to the roof, and then reshingle with asphalt shingles. Also included in that would have been, there were areas of the roof that were flat, and it was an ongoing problem here at the school. And one of our jobs was to elevate that roof, put a slope on that roof to prevent any further leaking or damage to the roof. The materials used on the roof was improved compared to what was there prior to the hurricane. A architectural shingle 25-year warranty was placed on this roof. This shingle is more resistant to high winds, and we should get a good wear from this roof. Post-Hurricane Dorian, as well as we were going through the COVID-19 lockdowns, and many people didn't have jobs and they didn't have ways of providing food for their families, paying the power bill, etc., etc. And that was a great opportunity to provide, like I said, some 30 salaries for these men to take home to their families and take care of their bills. These projects, the school projects, were not just work, but it was jobs, jobs, jobs.
The most work was in the roof, and we had a quite sizable team dealing with the bathroom dividers, as well as the parapets, because we had a lot of parapets to do, and we had to put metal on that because water was coming down on the inside of the class. So we flashed all that in, cap all the parapets, and waterproof it the best we could. And this school, Freeport Primary, is a school where my grandchildren goes. You know, so I am very proud to contribute whatever I could to these efforts.
We have a scope of works that we follow. We meet with the contractors, we do a walkthrough. We go line by line through each task that they would be given. We check it, take a look at it. In some instances, we would take pictures. And once it aligns with what the repair methodology is for that task, then it's approved, and then we give it back to the construction manager.
The quality checks are very important to these projects. One, to make sure that the contractor understands the methodology that we have asked them to do, because sometimes it's not their normal method of doing that type of work. And also, just to make sure that the work is completed and done properly before the project ends, because sometimes there have been instances where the work is either incomplete or the work is done in a different manner than is expected or is not done the best way it could have been done. And so it's important for us to check all along the process of completing each task to make sure that it's being done properly, so that we don't have to keep coming back and doing the same thing every year.
I do commend this government for doing something as major as the roofing of 3 schools, and I think that speaks volume.
We have had some serious problems with the roofing on the schools for years now, and so it was a welcome surprise that they decided to do all and complete roof overhauls, not just patches and stuff like that. And like she said, the contractors this year are excellent.
I'm grateful to the central government of the Bahamas, and in particular the Ministry of Education, for allowing the Ministry of Disaster Preparedness, Management and Reconstruction and the Office of the Prime Minister to partner with them in this major overhaul of our schools. A lot of the schools received extensive damage as a result of Dorian. This is by far the single largest investment that we've ever taken with respect to our school repair. Some $5 million approximately has been spent. We are engaging a lot of local contractors. We didn't have to bring anybody in from overseas, so the money is being circulated locally. Persons are now being able to work and put food on the tables. We have close oversight of these projects, ensuring that they build back better. In areas where they were put nails in the plywood, we are ensuring that they screw them down to ensure that we have more durability. We are ensuring that even the tension with respect to management. Once we abide by the code, we stay under contractors, we use more resilient materials, we will have stronger buildings moving forward. This is going a long way towards putting our unemployment numbers down. Persons are on the job and they're happy, and they are consistently thanking us for the opportunity to work to provide for themselves and their families.
Hurricane Dorian presented a setback within the 2019-2020 school year. COVID-19 presented yet another setback. However, while students and teachers remained at home, the government school repair program continued. Join us next time for the final episode of our series as we adventure through the agriculture industry.